This Climbing the Mountain podcast is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Hard work and passion are critical components of any winning strategy. Count on Encova Insurance as your local team to provide peace of mind. Welcome into this week's edition of Climbing the Mountain, a video podcast brought to you by Country Roads Trust, West Virginia's name, image, and likeness team, and Encova Insurance. We are so happy to have you with us this week. Joining me first, Chad Scott, new offensive coordinator. Tell me about how that goes down. Do you go into Coach Brown and say, hey, I want to do this? Does he come to you? How'd that all go down?
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. Obviously, he's the head coach, so he makes the final decision. But it does. It goes both ways. I come to him and ask him some things that we need to do and get done, and vice versa. So thus far, it's been a great partnership and working.
Worked out well. What does a true Chad Scott offense look like?
Fast, wide open. When I say wide open, I'm talking about the ability to be able to stretch the field vertically, the ability to be able to run the ball, and the ability to be able to get guys, in space. Guys that can make plays with the ball in the hand.
I know you've had title of co-offensive coordinator before. When it is your own, it is your job to call these plays. What is that like for you?
Well, one thing I've always kind of worked with, just thus far my whole career, is that it's a saying that says when you want something done, you want anything done, do it yourself. And not rely on others to do it. And so one of the things I struggle with right now, I got to do a better job of being able to delegate some things, allow some guys to, do their own thing, and so that's one of my biggest struggles right now. I'm always kind of going over and beyond to do things, myself because I know how I want it done, how it needs to be done, and I've been successful in that right thus far. And so I need to do a better job of that regard, and delegate some things and get more help because we got some good guys on staff that got great ideas and have been, several different places. And so I need to do a better job of that.
I know you're a firecracker. You are just like all over, bouncing around.
I am.
How do you connect with the players with that kind of a personality? I would imagine they respond pretty well to that.
Well, no, they do. My biggest thing is try to get the best out of these guys, right? And, when those guys see all the things that I do, in regards to how hard I work, the hours I put in and, the energy I put in them and, trying to help them be the best they can be, those guys can only, receive that with great, gratitude. Those guys, they all want to come here and be great. And so when they see a coach that goes over and beyond to make sure they can be the best that they can become, those guys, ultimately don't want to play for you, run through a wall for you. So.
Yeah, you're kind of still and calm right now. I've never seen you like this. Come on, jump up and down.
Break time.
I know, right?
Time.
That's good. How has the spring gone for you? We only have 2 weeks left,
Yep.
kind of winding everything down. Are you where you want to be with this offense? What's been good?
Yeah.
What do you need to work on?
No, we're not where we want to be, and that's not a bad thing either. We don't play for a while, so we're not nearly where we want to be. But we're getting there. Fine. We got some new pieces. Some guys kind of getting accustomed to what we asked them to do, getting accustomed to the new offense, or not necessarily new offense, but some new terms, new coaches. Some guys that haven't played a lot of ball, outside of the O-line and the running backs, are getting opportunities to play, for the first time, a good amount of time. So we're not near where we want to be. We got time to get there. We just got to continue to get better in terms of just chemistry, just understand how to play with one another, and understand the guys around them, how to function and communicate so we can all be on the same page.
Offensively, you have a lot of pieces returning. You didn't lose a whole lot. You lost Bryce Ford Wheaton, obviously. That's a big piece. But you have a lot of experience returning, especially at running back. Right. You have some new guys, Devin Carter, wide receiver, Kole Taylor, tight end.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nice mix of a little bit of new, a little bit of old, a lot of experience.
Yeah, a lot of experience, talent as well. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, we got some new guys that come in, and we got some guys that have been here. So it's just a matter of just everybody getting, get on the same accord, communication-wise, and just understand how each and every one of us plays, individually, so we can, accommodate each other in that regard. But having Devin Carter and Cole's been awesome. They've made some tremendous strides thus far, even since being here. And then obviously we got an experienced offensive line coming back, the running backs coming back, and even the quarterbacks. They hadn't had a lot of in-game experience, but they got some experience, right? And both of the quarterbacks have got a win underneath their belt. So we just got to, like I said, get on the same page, and and just continue to build chemistry throughout the spring. We got a couple more practices to go, and I would say the things that we need to improve on and work on throughout the spring, and just finishing the spring on the same accord, and just going out there and just not thinking, just making plays, and getting ready to go into the summer.
How is that quarterback competition coming along?
Going well. It's going well. Both those guys are doing some good things. And they'll continue to do it. The chemistry's been great. They both making strides. Some good and bad between both of them. So obviously every rep they can take, every practice we can give them is much needed.
When you don't have a clear-cut winner at that position, I'm sure in some ways maybe it's a little like, oh, frustrating, you're not sure, but in a lot of ways maybe it's exciting because you guys know that they are competing hard and you're going to get their very best every single spring,
exactly.
or every single practice.
Exactly, you're exactly right. When you got open competition like that, you're always going to get the best out of those guys because those guys are trying to vie for that starting position, And so, obviously, you got your good and bad, you got your bad. Well, what about the chemistry amongst everybody else? But we do a phenomenal job. Coach Reagan does a great job, mixing those guys up so everybody gets a chance to work with the quarterback. So, but just the fire and the tenacity those guys have and compete with one another is something that we need.
Your lovely wife, Brika,
Yeah.
was a college basketball player at Kentucky. Who's the better athlete between you two?
She's a better athlete.
I knew you were going to say that. That's a good answer.
It's funny now I say that too because we had this parent-kid basketball with my son's elementary school team, and I don't think I was the most talented one out there, and his coach, proudly let me know, I see where your son got his talent from.
All of the teammates were like, yeah, we want you because of your mom, not because of your dad, right?
No doubt.
Coach Scott, we appreciate your time, and
Thank
have
you.
fun the rest of the spring, and we'll look forward to the fall.
Thank you.
All right, more coming up next on Climbing the Mountain. This Climbing the Mountain podcast is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Hard work and passion are critical components of any winning strategy. Count on Encova Insurance as your local team to provide peace of mind. Welcome back to Climbing the Mountain, the video podcast all about the 2023 spring football season for the Mountaineers, brought to you by Country Roads Trust and Encova Insurance, your one-stop shop for home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. They're ready for what's next. Joining me now, CJ Donaldson, Kole Taylor. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. CJ, we talked to you a couple of weeks ago. I'll start with you. You were going to see some limited action on the field. How is spring going for you so far?
I say spring is going pretty good for me so far. Just, still learning. As Coach Brown said, I'm still a young running back, as you could say. I don't have too many reps into that position, so I just been still learning and enjoying the process.
Kole, you're a newcomer. You came from LSU. Tell me about your transition to the Mountaineers and what brought you here and why this was a good fit for you.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a smooth transition. I think it's a good fit just because they kind of needed a tight end that was going to be involved in the passing game, and that was something that I wanted to do a little more at LSU. I was blocking a little more and everything, and I got that kind of in my arsenal now. And so I came here and looking for a new opportunity, and it's been a good transition. Everyone's been good, and spring's been going good so far. That
is a pretty interesting aspect of the tight end position because you're blocking for guys. You're also catching. So you want to do more of the catching.
Yeah. I mean, I like blocking and everything.
As fun
as fun as it is, but making big plays, and to get to the next level, I think I got to catch a lot more balls and get a lot more highlights of that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
We have to talk about this. Happened when you were at LSU. I'm not even sure you even know this story. They were playing Florida. Were you tackled?
Yeah,
right?
So it was like a 3rd and 12 or something.
Off.
Yeah, and I caught a little flat route. It was 3rd and 12, and it was like a game-winning drive we kind of needed. And he threw the little check down. I was like, why are you throwing this? So I was like, all right, I got to try to make something happen. Tried to hurdle the guy. He tackled me, ripped my shoe off, and threw it down the field, and he got a penalty. And then we ended up getting a first down and being able to kick a field goal.
And kept the drive.
Yeah,
had he not done that, you wouldn't have made the yardage. Like, literally, CJ, you see the guy, the Florida defender, just chuck the shoe down.
Yeah, that was
now that y'all mentioning this, I think I've seen it on ESPN
yeah, I'm sure
before, but I
seen
never
it.
actually tuned
Knew
into the
that
game.
it was him, right?
That was my shoe and everything. But no, that was a cool experience. That was a really good win and everything, and that was fun. It was a top 10 team. They were looking to go in the playoffs that year if they won the SEC championship, so it was kind of cool to, kind of ruin that for them.
See, now you've learned, you got to keep your cool, right? Because that cost them the game. So.
Yeah, you can't do stuff like that.
How has the spring gone for you, Kole, obviously being in a whole new system?
Yeah, it's been good. Learning a new offense is always something that takes a little bit of time, but we're kind of getting a rhythm going and everything. And, we understand that we don't have to play this Saturday. We got 20 or something Saturdays that we play till. So, it's just building every day, getting better fundamentally every day, and just getting better as a team.
CJ, how do you welcome newcomers like Kole?
when I see Kole out there, I'm kind of like, how should I say it, like real excited because like he doesn't look like a real like catching tight end, but when he gets the ball in his hand, he got a little juice to him, a little swag. So it'd be real fun out there just seeing him like making those tough catches, making those tough blocks out there. And I'm real proud of how he has came along into the program.
When we talked to you for the first edition of Climbing the Mountain, you were talking about taking care of your body with the injuries you had last year, and you had to. You're like a car; you have to take care of it. So how is the car doing right now with 2 weeks left in spring?
I say the car has been moving at this great pace. I just been still sticking to my nutrition plans, making sure like, cause Mike, one big thing he always tell me I need to be on weight, cause like I lose a lot of weight throughout practice, but I try my best to like make sure I manage my weight and the things I put inside my body.
How are things going with Chad Scott at the helm of, being the offensive coordinator? It is solely in his hands now. Like I said, we're halfway through spring, more than halfway through spring. So do you feel like there is more of a gel of what's going on with the offense?
I say to start off, last 2 weeks, we been seeing some great progress and like just understanding the concepts of the offense so we could design it and move like people around and make it look a little different, decorate it a little bit. But with Coach Scott just out there, I think the energy just like the offense just want to play. Like as soon as he said one thing in the huddle, like we all tuned in, everybody listening, everybody focused, just ready to play. Like he make practice feel like a game. Like we out there actually like playing 11 on 11 against our defense.
Right. What is the goal for each of you with 2 weeks left in the spring?
I think the goal is just to keep building on what we've already, put up. I think that we're gelling as an offense. Obviously we're figuring out a whole quarterback thing, but I think we got, really good O-line. Running backs are obviously a strong suit in our offense. I think tight ends have done a good job. The receivers have done a good job, and both quarterbacks have done a really good job. So just kind of finding our identity and what we are as an offense, I think that's kind of the big goal.
My big goal really is just staying consistent, just making sure every day I'm practicing. Like I really want to be there. I'm enjoying the process and just attacking all my weaknesses to improve and make those my strengths.
How is that quarterback competition going from two guys who are in it every practice?
This one thing I can say is just you don't even know when they switch out. It's like you got the same quarterback in the game. So it's just like that's a great competition. Like day to day, they always supporting each other, helping each other. But at the same time, they're competitive. Like if he goes score, okay, I'm going to come score right behind you. Like it's just like you don't know when they switch out the game. It's the same person basically.
Right. How do you feel about that? Because you're going to be on the receiving end of those passes.
No, I felt the same way. They're both obviously very talented. They both kind of get a little bit different to them. Gary can run a little more. Nico can launch it down the field. They both got a great arm, but it's been good for both of them. They compete every day. It's not like a hostile environment where they hate each other and they compete and they're pushing each other, but it's in a fun and like kind of loose way. But I think either way we go, it's going to be great, and I'm sure both of them are going to get a lot of playing time.
Has this spring been what you guys wanted to get out of it so far?
I say yeah. I just really wanted to, improve my body. Look like an actual running back. I was big, but I was a little small back there. I had to add some body armor. So I've been just moving in the right path.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah. No, it's been good. We've built on every day. Like I said, just gelling with the offense and getting used to it. Because I've, never caught balls from Nico or Garrett. I've never, blocked alongside some of the tackles and everything that we have. So it's been good. I think it's been building every day and just been getting better.
All right, good stuff. Well, as we have been doing all spring, if you would like a personalized autograph helmet from either one of these guys, a little mini helmet from Country Roads Trust, just go to countryroadstrust.com/autographs. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck the rest of the spring, and we'll see you in the fall.
Thank you.
For having us.
Thanks, guys. This Climbing the Mountain podcast is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Hard work and passion are critical components of any winning strategy. Count on Encova Insurance as your local team to provide peace of mind. Welcome back to the final segment of Climbing the Mountain, brought to you by Country Roads Trust and Encova Insurance, your one-stop need for home, auto, life, and business insurance needs. They're ready for what's next. Joining me now, Tony Mathis.Ja'Quay Hubbard. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Tony Mathis, running back. How's the spring been going for you?
It's been going pretty good. Just taking it day by day. It's every day we're just trying to get better and create something heading to the fall, also summer.
2 weeks left of spring practice. Have you gotten out of the spring what you wanted to so far personally?
No, not personally. There's still more growing, and I definitely will get there after this little break, and we head into practice tomorrow. Definitely reach our goals before the spring end.
Ja'Quay, you came in. You started at, what did you tell me, left guard?
Left guard.
Left guard originally. Played left tackle your freshman year, right tackle last year.
Yeah.
This year you're kind of doing a little bit of something of everything. It's a very technical position at offensive line.
For sure.
Talk about that transition of each position.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said it was easy, but it's definitely helping me grow as a player. You know, the more versatile you are, it benefits everybody, yourself and the team. So yeah, going from left side to right side alone, your kick's kind of different. The plays are all the same, just the terminology may be a little different depending on what side you're on. But I've been on right side for the last couple years, so even though I've been going back and forth from guard to tackle, the techniques change a little bit, terminology may change a little, but all in all, I've been making it an easier transition. It's been helping me out.
Do you prefer one position over the other?
No, I don't. Whatever get me on the field.
Tony, last year this team probably left a lot out there from top to bottom. What are the goals this year?
Definitely to be the Big 12 champs. That's definitely a goal in my mind. Like, and definitely a team. Like, as we have an older team now, experience. So our goal is we're looking for that Big 12 championship, and I think we have the pieces. We just got to all come together, go finish this spring strong, go through camp strong, and be ready for the season.
The running back core is pretty stacked. Tell me about making sure that everybody is ready to go in and do their job, because while you are all individuals and each have your own unique style, you all have to work together, because that's a pretty big room right now.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a very talented room too. So I guess just keeping everybody confident, like running back positions is confident. So I think if everybody's confident, we all gonna be good, and I'm gonna do a very great job to keep everybody head on the swivel. As the leader, as the older guy, it's probably my last go around, so I definitely want to lead the group in the right way.
Chad Scott, new offensive coordinator, obviously not new running backs coach. How has that been, having him being the primary signal caller?
It's very, very good. It's very good and very bad, because he's not as close to us as he would as he'd be if he was just a running back coach. He has to be with everybody now because he's the OC. So it's like, it's good and bad. But I like he's coaching everybody how he just coaches us. So to see it spread to everybody, it's very nice to see.
What does a Chad Scott offense look like that's different than this time last year?
Explosive.
Yeah,
I feel like explosive and sound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you agree with that?
I'd agree with that for sure.
How much fun is that? Because you're blocking for guys like Tony.
Yeah, I love it. We got a four-headed monster at the running back. You know, everyone can ball. In the O-line, we love that. You know, whether it's running the ball, passing the ball, we'll be ready. I feel like we'll be a really balanced offense, and hopefully a lot of tutties in the future.
This seems like it's been a really good spring. A lot of the guys we've talked to, there's a pep in the step. There's a lot of optimism. Is that true?
That's definitely true.
Yeah,
What do you guys attribute that to?
I guess this the guy, everybody just bought in. Like I said, like once everybody on the same page and bought in to what they're telling us, then I feel like you ain't got no choice but to have a pep in your step and go chase after what you need to go get.
Let's just be honest. What just pissed you guys off about last year? Like, what just sits in your grill that you're like, that's not going to happen again this year?
Yeah, I would say just missed opportunities. You know, I hate to sound like this person, but we're probably about 5 plays away from three wins. You know, and that's reality.
That's definitely reality.
Only thing you could do on that is work as much as you can in the off season to try to ensure yourself and your team that when those moments come up, you don't fail, you don't crumble. You know, so I think that just how close we were, but yet so far away.
And there's a lot of experience returning on both sides of the ball. A lot of newcomers too. But I feel like this is a pretty experienced group this year, especially offensively. I would imagine that you guys are kind of excited with what you've learned and that you're taking into this season and putting in some of those new pieces like a Kole Taylor, a Devin Carter. How do you think all this is like coming together?
those two guys you named has been working really hard and has been having a great spring. So all of it coming together, I think it's going to be great. Honestly, in my eyes, I feel like it's going to be a great year, a great season. We just got to stack days consistently, everybody, including me, stacking days.
For sure.
What are you guys most looking forward to in the spring game?
Basically, just being able to display what we've been working on for months in front of the fans. You know, 'cause we go against each other every day, but you guys don't get to see it. So just going out there, getting somewhat of a game atmosphere, pressure situation in front of the fans, and put on a show for you guys, show what we've been working on.
When spring is over and you have the summer and then, you know, you're coming back for the fall in a little bit, is there a little bit of a letdown after spring, like you've just been so hyped up, you're going, or is it nice to kind of have that break?
I say it's nice to kind of have the break. I mean, if you earn it, you know, if you work hard enough, you're consistent enough, invest enough, you should want that break and come back fired up for the summer and knock off the season.
Right.
Definitely.
Good stuff. All right, well, we are offering the mini helmet. You keep hearing me talk about it, so if you would like a personalized mini helmet from Tony or Ja'Quay, all you have to go to our website, countryroadstrust.com/autographs, and they will personalize it to you, and we'll get it in the mail. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of the spring.
Appreciate it.
We look forward to this season. This has been Climbing the Mountain video podcast brought to you by Country Roads Trust and Encova Insurance. Country Roads Trust is West Virginia's name, image, and likeness team. You can find us all over social media, and you can find out more about our memberships at countryroadstrust.com/join. We'll see you next week. This Climbing the Mountain podcast is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Hard work and passion are critical components of any winning strategy. Count on Encova Insurance as your local team to provide peace of mind.